Hey, I'm Delphine, and I'm working on a project called Government and You. This project intends to help people to better understand how the United States government operates and watch out the interviews with my colleagues.
Hi. Hi. How are you? I'm good. Ah, nice to meet you today. Nice to meet you too. You look nice. Thank you. Yeah, Selena, I want to ask you for help. I'm doing a project. It's called Government Action. Maybe I can lead a person to know. What is the project about? And what's its purpose? Yeah, it's a project that intends to help people to know what the government, how US or United States government operates. Maybe a school project? Are you a student? Yeah, I'm a student. That's good. Yeah, maybe I can read the concern so that you can know more. Yeah, today is 14th October 2016. My name is Delphine, as you know. I'm a student in the Bachelor's of Art program with College for America at Southern New Hampshire University. And I'm conducting interview as a part of my academic work. With your consent, I will record the interview and use the information in this project. I'm working for a school project called Government Active. The interview will be used to create my one of my deliverables, and to be submitted to College for America so that my projects can be evaluated. This recording will be used solely for this purpose. Yeah, the interview information will be temporarily stored in the College for America online evaluation system to which only evaluator and College for America staff have access. Do you have any question? No? Thank you. Do you give your consent to be interviewed and recorded? Yes. Yeah, if you agree, you can read this statement. I, Sonia Wabule, give my informed consent to participate in this interview to be recorded and used as part of the student academic work. Yeah, thank you very much. Welcome. Yeah, maybe I can start with the first question. The first question is, what are the three branches of government? The three branches of the government, I think it is executive, administration, and I don't remember the third one. Nice. It's okay. Hi. How are you? I'm okay. Nice to see you. Nice to see you too. As you know, I'm a student. Just want to request for help. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Just I'm working on a project called Government and You, and I made some interviews from people living in US. So just by meeting you, I feel like, can I ask you some questions? Okay, I am okay with that. You can ask me. Yeah, by starting them maybe with a concern. Okay. Yes, today is 14th October 2016. My name is Delphine. I'm a student in a Bachelor's of Art program with College for America at Southern New Hampshire University. And I'm conducting this interview as a part of my academic work. With your consent, I will record this interview and use the information in my deliverable. And I'm working for a local government and you, and contribute to society growth. And the interview will be used to create my deliverables, a video I will submit, and it will be submitted to CFA to College for America so that my project can be evaluated. This recording will be used solely for this purpose, and the interview information will be temporarily stored in a College for America online evaluation system to which only evaluator and College for America staff will have access. Do you have any questions about this? your consent to be interviewed and recorded?
Yeah, as I said at the beginning,
Yeah, if you are okay, maybe can you read this statement?
I, Monique Nyombile, give my informed consent to participate in this interview to be recorded and used as a part of student academic plan.
Thank you, Monique, for that talk. And can I ask you this question?
Yeah, please.
Just I want to ask you, what are the three branches of government?
Okay, the three branches of government are legislative, judicial, and executive.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, my interviewee. But the responses that you provided are really good. But here I'm going to provide also my corrections. There are three branches of government. The first one is legislation, the second one is executive branch, and the third one is judicial branch. So these branches also have some roles as well as what they are doing and how they are working together so that they accomplish their roles. So the first one that's called legislative branch, it's actually according to College for American Resource, in the registration branch, it's the Congress makes laws. It means they make laws. So it is the House of Representatives and the Senate's role, as and even the president has no direct power to that pass in registration. It means that they are there to make laws, and it is their team is made of the House of Representatives and the Senate. The second one is the execute branch. The role of execute branch is to carry out and coordinate decisions made by the Congress. It means that they execute roles. And the third one is judicial branch. In the judicial branch, the Supreme Court's role is to interpret the Constitution and limit the power of those two branches. Those two branches are those legislative and executive branch. To mean that judicial branch is there to control and limit the power of those two branches, and they are working together with the Supreme Court on that power to limit that power.
So, what does each branch do?
As I discussed the two branches, so one is the legislative branch, which makes laws. They design the law that the country or our United States country has to follow. And then the executive branch, they're there to put in action those laws and to watch out of them to see if any citizen or any government members are putting them into action as it has to do.
Thank you. Just my second question I want to ask you is that I want to know, what does each branch know do?
So I don't really have much information about that. But what I know is that legislative branch, they have much focus in just making law, and then they send them to executive branch for them to execute those laws, and then for judicial. No, really, I don't have an idea about what they do.
It's fine, thank you.
Thank you, my colleague, to provide some responses for the second question. And for me also, I'm going to provide some corrections. And let me start by how the three branches are connected. It is true that both branches are connected. The fact that the legislative is charged with the creation of the law, the judicial is charged of interpretation of the law, and executive charged with the execution of the law. makes a strong connection of, as in they are all working together to make a decision. And additionally, the system of check and balance prevent one of them to have too much power. It means, as I said before, the executive and registration and their power are being controlled by the judicial branches. So it means they are working together so that those three branches cannot have too much power on the population. And let me also try to help you to know what is check and balance and how do they regulate each other. So by checks and balance, each of the three branches of government can limit the power of the others. Therefore, there is no way that one of the branches can become powerful more than others. That it means that when they are working together, one controls another. It means the legislative branch work with executive branch so that they can control each other, and the judicial branch come to limit their powers.
In Democrats, Republicans, and the major parties. Can you name the third one?
Actually, the main known parties, political parties, here are Democrat and Republican, but there is another one which is called Libertarian.
Monique, Democrats and Republicans are the major party in the USA. Can you tell me the third one?
There is another part that I used to hear. It's called Green Party. I don't know if it is a third one, but that's the one that I used to hear people say.
Yes, great. Thank you.
Thank you, my colleague, for the third question. The answer have been provided and really good. And from there, let me also make some corrections. Yeah, it is true that the third question was asking Democrats and the Republicans are the major parties. And I was wondering, can you make or can you name the third one? Yeah, it is true that the third one also is a Green Party. But let me go in deep so that you can know how did the two parties system start and what impact do third party, that the various or the minor parties has on the nation or on the politics. Okay, by starting with how the two parties system start, I can say that Democratic Party started in 1990s and 1930s. The party has promoted the social liberal, social democrat, and the progress platform. While the Republican Party is one of the major parties that has been founded by anti-slavery activists in 1954. 18 presidents of the United States has been Republicans. So it means that many of them are Republicans. So to know the impact do the third party have on nation politics, I can start by stating the name. Actually, it is the Green Party, or there are some who are, as one of my interview said, is rebellion. And the third parties usually organize and mobilize around a single issue of position. They are putting pressure on candidates so that major political parties to address the issue. And additionally, they can also influence the election by taking votes away from a major party. That means that it made a great impact on how the government works and what is going on in the government. And also, they are helping the two major parties of the government.
Yes.
Can you tell me what the basic process by which a can become
For me, I think that a bill after any citizen come up with an idea, then they bring that idea to the legislative committee, and the legislative committee they're going to study that idea to make sure to see if it can become a bill or something that the country can follow as a whole. And after those examination, they send the bill to the executive team where the president is going to, the president and the other people in the same branch are going to examine that bill, and then after the Senate will conclude whether the idea has become a bill or not.
Thank you. My last question is I want to know, like, what the process, by which a bill become a law.
Okay, for a bill become a law, I think it has to pass in the three branches. It starts by the legislative branch, whereby they analyze it and see how maybe it can work for the benefit of the whole society. After analyzing it, they send it to the executive branch, whereby they try to examine it for it to be sent to the president. Once the president receives it and analyze it, he or she also send it to the judicial branch for them to see if really it's something that will benefit the whole society. So from there, that's where the judicial branch are the one to confirm if a bill has become a law. That's what I know.
Thank you very much, and thank you for the whole information.
You're welcome.
Thank you, my interview, to talk about how, like, what is the basic process by which a bill becomes a law. It is true that your answer are very great, and thank you for that. But here I'm going to make also some corrections. It doesn't mean that you didn't do a great job, but I wanna emphasize on something big here. Everything starts by an idea, and that idea was introduced to the member of the House or the Senate. It means that the idea has been introduced to registration branch, and they make a first read. They read in so that they can understand what's going on. They refer to the House and Senator Committee, and after that the committee reports a bill to a member of a House of Senate. After that, they read the bill for the second time so that they can know more and they can evaluate more in it. And after that, they make a debate, a kind of debate for the bill and for the first vote. By the time they made also other improvement, and they read it for the third time and vote. First, the bill is sent to the second member, where the process repeats. It means they read, they do everything, they debate on it. Yeah, it's the same process that has been repeated. And afterwards, if House and Senate bills, after bill goes to the conference committee, and it passed the bill away to sign, enter away, although they voted. And this is the major way, the major process a bill can pass by so that can become a law. Thank you very much for understanding this. Thank you everyone who helped me in this video.